having your main antagonist in a game be a kid, you can get into a lot of issues there.
A lot of the main tenets of what makes up Alma and makes her so creepy, it really stems back to a lot of the influences from Japanese horror. It's the idea that even things that are innocent are not necessarily innocent, and it's a way to disengage the player or disengage the viewer, and then it sets up great opportunities for those ways to turn it on its edge. So when we took those kind of ideas, we brought those and pushed them further with how we were realizing the more mature version of Alma in F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin. If you finish the first game of F.E.A.R, there's a big explosion that occurs. And that's when the Alma's basically released out into the world from her stasis. So we started thinking about like what that explosion really meant, and then how does that influence the city? So from that point forward, that became kind of our mantra when we were thinking about locations. We started thinking about how the environment was going to be kind of changed and destroyed based off of how Alma's kind of released. And ultimately what we started to do is start to build up a vocabulary. So like this brick style we really liked, and we started to incorporate into our designs of some of the cityscape because it spoke to a little bit of an older type of a city. And then getting into focusing of like what that means when it's in a damaged state. So we found some great structures that have been in disarray or destroyed. And in so doing, you'll start to see like a lot of the similar influences that we have in that picture. You're going to start to see a lot of parallels between the two, and we're starting to build up that same vocabulary in every single level we go to.
We actually had to go to the site where some of the artists were taking reference pictures, and all of a sudden I see this bird, and this bird looked like, okay, this bird's been there for years. I was about to step on it and get some recording sounds, but then the guys are like, man, if you do that, that's some crazy voodoo. You can't do that. And then one of the other guys bumped it and hit it. And then it was like free reign. So I went down there and we were just kind of recording it. And now it's pretty much our bone reference for every kind of like gritty bone cracking. I know that's wrong, but God, that sounds so good! It sounds so good.
I actually had somebody come into my office from the team the other day and say that he thought that the game was really starting to feel like a monolith game, not in the F.E.A.R condemned mold, but in the more historical mold. There's a lot of humor at this company and a lot of people that really enjoy making people laugh, as well as scaring them and making them excited, so hopefully that'll come through.
So this is the end of the tour, man. You can't go any further. That's the Specialville. That's for the cool people. Sorry, you can't be here. And what have we done? Is it? Oh, it's beer 30. You guys got to go. Appreciate it.